We are Saturday. Just a few things to go over. I'm back here at Brew House. If you guys were at my last live stream, Brew House is in Pocatello, where I do not live, and that's totally fine because I'm here to shoot some footage, or rather, shoot some photography with my good friend Brandon Omi, who is a marketing manager, and before that, he was a graphic designer. And before that, he was in school for mass communication. So he knows his stuff, and we're going to shoot this. Sure, I could have shot all these photos myself. I'm still going to edit them myself, but it's a real pain in the you-know-what to edit or to try to shoot yourself. And so he's going to help me with that, which I highly appreciate. He'll be here in about 45 minutes to an hour. So that's gonna be fun. That's really cool. Plus, I just love this place for live streams. To be honest, it's a great atmosphere, and yes, it gets kind of busy and things like that. But man, the lighting here is great. I have this whole table to myself, and I don't have to worry about interrupting too many people and being too loud. So I like it a whole lot. But you know, that's me. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this later, if you like this spot for doing live streams. So with that content, I guess I should tell you more about the portfolio project I'm working on while we wait for people to get here. The portfolio project, I'm on content creation, and I've done some writing, and we're going to get some pictures here. I got to shoot some video probably. The content creation can take like the longest time, apart from coding it up, of course. So that's a big challenge, but I'm gonna get through as much as possible. What I'm doing currently is like taking these things that I want and putting them in a Word document, and I will switch and swap them out. But you'll have to watch the video itself to get the full story. And I'm still creating it out and building it out. This is very different. I'm sure if you've seen it already. This series is very different than what I've seen online, and that's what you kind of want to do, is have different stuff, right? Be unique and provide a different perspective. So we could just build a portfolio out straight from the code, but working as a professional, that is very hard, and it's not realistic to say, hey, we're just going to go ahead and code this out. There's a lot more thought that should go into it, and you don't have to do this yourself, but I want you to see the entire process, and that's why we're doing it this way. So yeah, a few other things I should say are Dylan from Coding Tutorials 360. He shouted out to me on his new video about like top YouTubers to watch, small YouTuber edition, and gave me a shout out there. So big ups to him. It helped out a lot. I got a lot of subscribers actually from it, which is pretty insane when you have someone recommend you that's bigger than you. So I really do appreciate that. He called it Top 5 Coding Channels Part 2. I'll pull it up here in a minute just to show you. You want to create a stunning website? Oh, that Wix commercial plays all the time. Give me just a moment while I set this up. Anyone who's here, let me know how your day's going, what you're up to, and all that stuff, so we can talk about it. Alright, let's switch here. Okay, so here it is. He talks about a whole bunch of different small YouTube channels. Real Tough Candy. Traversy Media is a fan of Real Tough Candy, so some of you might want to check out. Eric, I think, was on here too. Eric, what's his name? Eric. I can't remember. Oh, skip that. Let's go ahead and get you off that commercial there. Don't want any of that copyright stuff, right? Eric here. Or, no, not Eric. IT questions. I need to get some more caffeine in me. Kristen Leak. I want to see her because she does more like the UX stuff. So there's a bunch of people there, and of course yours truly. I was pretty lucky here to get on top 5, but I appreciate that. So yeah, that was really fun. See, you can see Traversing Media is a big fan of Real Tough Candy. So check those channels out. Check that channel out. Check out Coding Tutorial 360 if you haven't. So yeah, it's been pretty great, to be honest. It's nice to be recognized for stuff like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and share the stream in a few places, see if we can't get more people here. But yeah, I know there's a couple of you here watching. If you want to add to the conversation, that's what these live streams are for, not just to say how great I am, which I'm so great. No, that's not all like that. I'm learning, and you're learning with me, or you're getting ready to go on your journey, and it's exciting stuff. It's exciting stuff. To be honest, it's one of the best ways for me to stay motivated is just to share what I'm doing, share my struggles, or share what I'm learning, so I don't feel like I'm in this bubble, especially where I'm in the middle of quote unquote nowhere. As far as like development, like front end development goes, I'm like in a desert here. So you know, it's exciting to share this stuff with you. Let's see here. All right. Da-da-da. I need to have some coffee. I already had a mocha today, but it's not enough. It's not enough. This Saturday is going to be pretty busy. I gotta say, it is very weird not coding like after work for so long. It's been like almost 2 weeks. I code a lot at work, but it's mostly like design stuff. So SAS, HTML, CSS, and a little bit of jQuery for some UI interaction. It's very, very weird. So I'm excited to get back to coding myself instead of just this design stuff. But it's great because you know, I'm going to use it in my portfolio piece, and the portfolio piece is actually a lot more on like the design and stuff. It's just learning how to do these elements within React versus jQuery or HTML, CSS. Always takes a little time to warm up on the live stream. What we've been here for 6 minutes, just hanging out. I know I usually do this a little bit later. I don't have a set time, but I do appreciate you guys coming anyway. What should we talk about while we wait? We talked about the live stream. We talked about my friend Omi coming to shoot the photography. Well, shoot. I got a big old spike in viewers. We talked about that in views just a while ago. I think that has a lot to do with the video that Coding Tutorials 360, aka Dylan Israel, put out. So I do appreciate that. It's always fun to be recognized by a bigger channel. Like way back, like last year, I was on Simple Programmer because I shot a video and asked him technical skills or personal branding, and that was great too. And then also I've been on talking about how great I am. It's not like that, guys, but I was on Focus Brain. I was on the Deep End Graphic Design podcast twice by setting up an audio question, and it was great. And you guys can do that too if you want. So yeah, if you hear something in the background, that Facebook message is my friend Brandon here. Give me a message. Just let you know what's going on here. So yeah. I gotta say, I think like with my live streams, they take about 15 to 20 minutes before they really kick off. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. Or by good or not, I mean like a lot of people here watching. And it takes a bit of time, you know, it takes a bit of time. But it's always good. It's always good to interact with you guys and see what's going on in your lives. And what questions I can ask for you and all that stuff, because that's really what matters to me. We talked about this on Wednesday, but that's what matters to me, is knowing that I have an audience and that you're connected with me and what I'm doing is on the right path, or not, you know, or any suggestions, because I can always learn some more. Granted, it's hard to implement suggestions, but if they're good enough, I will. It's or if they're easy enough, I will too. It's, how can I say? It takes a lot of time to produce videos, for me anyway. Because I try to produce higher quality videos because there's like two things you can do. You can provide a lot of value by having a lot of skill or experience, and or you can have higher quality content, and or, so there's like three: be more genuine or be more helpful. So I'm more on the helpful and content or production quality, because that's what I can contribute to right now. Granted, I think my experience level is significantly higher than when I started with this strategy, so I should definitely go into more of this teaching stuff, tutorial stuff. But that's kind of what we're doing here with the React portfolio. It's not like a full-on, this is how you do it, but more like, this is how I'm doing it. Take some inspiration from this and make it your own. So we got 4 watching. Nice, very nice. Thanks for coming by and watching. 5 watching. All right, now the live stream is starting to pick up, just like I was telling you guys a while ago. Takes about 15-20 minutes before the live stream officially gets off and underway. Here at the brew house, it is a little noisy, but it's a coffee shop in the morning. I mean, what can you expect, right? So we talked about the React portfolio, getting some content done. Brandon's on his way, who is my friend that's also a manager. He's really into photography, has good stuff. I show you some of his work, but I got to get his permission first. Definitely I'll give him a shout out in the next video. It's very hard to find people that are really passionate about this stuff in this area. It's not really the place for this. It's a really small town, or it's a really small area that's mostly blue collar, and you know, it's kind of like a desert. So what's going on, MNR? Hi, how you doing? And Mapat, Russian stuff. I'm sorry, I apologize. I can't do that. It says, hi Ricky, which Python framework will you recommend for a newbie with Flask versus Django? I don't know, but let me give you my opinion on frameworks and stuff from a JavaScript perspective. But in general, when you're learning a programming language, the fastest way to learn, and I learned this the hard way, the fastest way to learn a framework is to first spend a lot of time learning your language, like vanilla language, and then expanding out to things that are more commonly used, or evergreen, quote unquote evergreen. So for JavaScript, I learned all the basics, you know, the very basics, how to append stuff, do some for loops and stuff, but then I try to go into straight frameworks. jQuery, that was okay, and kind of got me up and running. But then I had to do Knockout, and that sucked with the Udacity Nano Degree, and I didn't know what I was doing. And later down the road, I learned some ES6, which is like vanilla JavaScript that's going to change in the future for the better. So I started learning it now. So all the new implementations that they're going to put into JavaScript, and then started learning React. And I wasn't ready for React, so I had to go back and learn like my algorithms and data structures, which really helped me out. Especially if you're doing something like Python. I'm assuming that you're trying to learn some of that stuff, maybe for like data science or something like that. And that's going to make you go farthest. Once you know how that works, once you know how like objects work, OOP programming, clean code and stuff, then it's going to be much easier to jump into a framework, because you're going to know, oh yeah, this is like a hash table or something like that, or this is a recursive for loop, or this is how we map over an array, or something like that. But with Python jargon, of course, and then choose a framework, and then just hop on Quora. Hop on Quora and ask that exact question. Heck, we can even do it now if you want. Let's try that out, actually, while we're, well, I mean, we don't have any other questions, so why not? So let's go ahead and see what your question was. Flask versus Django, okay? Question mark, smiley face. We'll just do Flask versus Django. All right. Here we go. Flask versus Django. We're searching. This is Quora, by the way, Quora. Django or Flask versus PHP, JavaScript. Should I learn Flask or Django? I'm a beginner and looking for simplicity and ease of learning. Now, I don't know if you wrote this out yourself, but this is like exactly what you're looking for. And there's 48 answers, and you know, you can see the upvotes and stuff. This is where I would start. Just trying to understand like what's going on and how it fits into what you're trying to do or what you want to learn. I hope that answers your question. Sorry about the roundabout way of going around that. Let me know if that is a satisfactory answer, or if not, try to rephrase the question, and I'll do my best to answer it. Let me just check out the live stream here. Got 5 watching. Thanks for coming. If you have any questions, again, let me know. And if you are digging the content, give me some of these. Some of these, they help out a ton. You got to be a hustler on this YouTube platform now. They definitely make you work for that audience, which is not bad at all. It's great for you guys, and it's great for the entire platform, really. So it makes sure that you have high quality content. None of that Paul Brothers stuff going on, you know what I mean? Okay, that's, I promise I won't get into it, but you know, YouTube has definitely made you work harder, and that's not a bad thing, actually, because I have actually seen rewards from improving content and engaging more with my audience and optimizing everything that I can. Small optimizations, improved quality of content have definitely benefited my audience and me as well. Hey, what's going on? Oh man, that's Korean, I believe, but I don't know your name, so give me just a moment and I'll put this in Google Translate and try my best. Watch, it's gonna be something like Ken or something. No, I apologize. Give me just a moment and I'll try my best to pronounce your name. Sorry about the wait. I have all these people looking at me like, what are you doing? Bug Joe. This is what... Ooh, that was loud. Let me know if that's your name, Bug Joe. That's what I got in Google Translate, which we know is not exactly the most accurate of translations. Let's see here. Sorry about the loud noise. People are working, making a living. Matat says, thank you. Do you think spending time and hire mentors to improve programming skills is an efficient way to find a job and so on? For example, in Russia we got a web platform where you can hire a pro for 4 weeks. That sounds really good to me. It costs $180 for 4 weeks. Well, let me put it this way. I haven't had any mentors, but I wish I did. For $180, that sounds pretty good. But I would do everything in my power to make sure I had all the very basics and have enough of those basics that I could find on that programming language down. So if there's like a basic book on Python that everyone's recommended and I haven't read it, I'm going to do that. There's like a basic platform or a basic thing that everyone's done and I haven't done it, I'm going to do that. All the things that are the low-hanging fruit, so I get the most out of that $180, so I don't feel cheated, and so I can ask the correct questions to someone who is a mentor that are harder to Google or harder to know without the experience. I hope that answers your question. Bug Joe says, I'm going to call you Bug Joe from now because I don't know. Do you know Battleground? Is that like a first-person shooter? Full disclosure, guys, I don't play a lot of video games anymore. When I was a kid, I played video games all the time. And that's reflective in some of the background music that I have. Even like my music for my intro is like underneath like the genre video game music in Nash Library, which is a Japanese royalty-free music provider. But mostly the games that I'm highly interested in are like 2D, 16 bits. If I was going to play one, it would be like Star Valley, but I don't. What type of projects best fit for React? Code with Anish says. Give me just a moment, I'll get to that. So a lot of video games like that. Super Mario RPG, Mystic Quest, because it was like one of those entry-level RPGs or whatever that's supposed to mean. A lot of JRPGs and strategy games were my thing back in the day, like way back in the day. I still probably played them heavily. Gosh, kind of strange to admit, but like probably until like 22, 23. And I played a little bit of World of Warcraft. Couldn't get into it because it's too scary. True story, too scary. And then some Wii stuff, but you know, nothing too serious. I think like Crystal Bears, I played all the way through. I was like, this, I want my money back. I want my time back. But those are the type of games that I'm into. Code with an S. What types of projects best fit for React? Things that have to do with managing state, in my opinion. I haven't done a lot of React projects, but I'll tell you what React is good for is managing state. So if you have something that you need to do with that, do that. Trying to think of something specific that you could use that for. Chat apps, that's one. Let's see here. Like an ordering system, even if it was like Maximilian did one in his Udemy class, like a burger ordering system. Anything that you had to do, like where you had to choose a lot of options and juggle, that is what I would do. Oh man, I tell you, at work one time I had to make an order form, and I made it with jQuery. It sucked, making my own state and stuff. React would have been so nice. Using that with Node too. So what do I mean by state? I should probably just clarify that. When you have to hold like something in memory, like hold an object in memory. Say, like if I'm ordering on like an e-commerce site, and I decided to get four of this specific item, and it's on the same page, and I need to hold that in memory by clicking like add to cart. I'm going to add that to the top of my memory and hold on to it till the very end. But what if I change it? Well, I need that to reflect in memory, and then maybe pull that data somewhere else and put it down at the bottom, or map a bunch of stuff out from the database. That's also a good thing with the map function and stuff. What's up, Ramsey? Thanks for coming by. Mapat. To be honest, I have got annual subscriptions for Code School and Pluralsight and watch and follow many courses, but there right now I'm on a tipping point. So you're right where you need to be. I'm looking for something challenging, maybe a ... to be continued. Go ahead and let us know what you're talking about, Mapat. And Ramsey says, oh, we are talking about what's up. What's up, Ramsey? What's up with you guys? Let me know where everyone's coming from. I do appreciate you, coming to the live stream. It's going to be kind of a short one today. We've got about 25 minutes left because I got to get with my boy Brandon, and we're going to go over some photography, some content for my portfolio site. And like I said before, if you're watching the React series and you're like, when are we going to get to that React, doc? We'll get there, but it takes some time. I want to show you the whole story when you're making a web, like a website or something like that. So it takes more than just coding it out. There's some more thought that you can put into it. And do you have to do this much? No, but I want to show you the entire story, not just the code, which I haven't seen yet, in my opinion. So that's why I send it. It's definitely necessary. Code with an ish says, do you feel web dev is complicated nowadays? Hell yeah. Yes, it's very complicated, and it's all over the place. And that's okay, because it's getting better. It's still better than it used to be a little while back. But think about it. For backend, PHP, Node.js. You could even do like something like Java. I'm sure there's a bunch out there. Databases, SQL, like MongoDB, PostgreSQL. What are some other ones? CouchDB or something like that. I mean, so many things. Templating languages, Pug, EJS, Handlebars. You could even use React for that stuff. So yeah, it's confusing. But then there's Angular, right, and Ember.js and Vue.js and all these things. My suggestion is really, sorry about that, guys. Really focus on the core JavaScript, build that up, build your core like CSS and stuff. If you haven't done it already, because those are going to stick a lot longer than the framework, and you're going to be able to jump into a framework easier once you have those algorithms down, those data structures down, those design patterns down. So you'll be more ready, and the change isn't going to be as painful. Mapat says, second job there, I can implement my knowledge and obtain experience and maybe later change my current job, Windows administration, but still scary. So for this reason, I'm looking for something like mentors. Yeah, I think you're on the right path then, man. Yeah, you know what you're doing. If you're doing that Windows administration, maybe up that skill with that PowerShell. Granted, I don't know what your skill is with PowerShell, but that might be another thing to do just in your current job. Mapat says, who will introduce the real projects and tasks besides my name is, yeah, like a Hello World or a calculator to-do app, something like that, which is fine. What's up, Rabin? Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by. So, like I said before, I got about 20 to 25 minutes. Be sure to get your questions in, any questions you have or any comments you have that you want me to comment on, so I can, you know, do that for you. I don't know how else to put it there. Did any of you come from Coding Tutorial 360? Let me know, because I see a lot of new people here, which is great. And he did definitely help me out a few days ago when he put out that small YouTubers to watch. Appreciate it. Big ups to Coding Tutorial 360. So I guess going on that, is coding or is web development getting more complicated? Yeah, and I felt overwhelmed. I still feel overwhelmed, but you know, getting better in general. If you can look back from last month and say, did I get better, like in some area, then you're all right. You know, if you got immensely better and you've been pushing. Right now, I don't know if I feel that way. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm like, oh, like, but I know I am getting better because instead of like studying, it's a fine balance between doing your studying and researching and getting educated, and then putting it into work, especially in web development, because you have to learn so much. But currently, I'm in the production mode, not just here but also at work, and just like going through the actual work of putting something together, and that is hard, and it feels kind of like, oh, I'm not learning too much, but you're learning a ton. Just maybe not like the newest framework or something like that, or something else has to go on the back burner, like React.js, which is funny because this entire series is React.js. So yeah, there's that. I can't even remember what question I was answering. Coding with a niche. What type of web development work do you do? Just curious. So I am a front-end developer. I work, and I also do the web design too, and fill in any little bits where I can, like doing a little bit of photography pieces. So that's what I do, but it's mainly front-end development and design. I don't have a designer send me a mock-up or anything like that. I do it myself. Whoa, it's getting busy in here. Coding God gave shout out. Yeah, Coding God is pretty awesome. Ramsey says, Ricky, have you used bootstrapstudio.com? I have not. I've used Bootstrap in the past, but Bootstrap isn't my thing anymore. I've used it a lot in the past, and it's good to get up and running quickly and get something displayed out. But when you're making these like big applications or commercial applications, strip that out, take it out, because you don't need it, and at the same time you also can't be as customizable with it. One thing that I use a ton now that I've switched up from like the current site that I maintain is using BEM. BEM is so important. It basically takes all your elements in CSS and flattens it out. Now, what do I mean by that? There are different like priority levels in CSS. Like if you have a tag, that's the lowest. Classes are second, and IDs are the highest priority. So if I have a ID and I style that, it's going to override everything else. If I have class, it will only override CSS or the tags, and that can get really hairy really fast if you're using a big application. Everything is jumbled up here. So if I try to change something, it's like that. What is it? Chinese finger torture, or where it's like stuck here. If I change something, well, it's going to all go over to the right, and like say I change my font, it might affect font in other areas. But with BEM, it stands for Block Element Modifier. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. This is BEM, and BEM basically flattens all that out with CSS, and it kind of gives it like that programmatic and that object-oriented programming. So definitely check this out. This is very important stuff. A lot of people are using BEM now for CSS. So it makes you think a lot, and the naming convention is pretty ugly, and you can get really long CSS names, but I mean, heck, it's so nice. I can work on one piece, like one component, and not have to worry about it affecting the entire page, unless I put like a global class, which I've set up, or something like that. Mapat says, my name is Marat. Sorry about that. Marat, I found you from a video there. You reviewed Code School. You reviewed Code School and Pluralsight. I don't remember doing Code School. I don't even know what it is, but thanks for coming anyway. I'll say that I did it. Merritt, could you please show your desktop? Maybe surround workplace. I can't show you my workplace desktop. It is very nice now. We put in a bid and got upgrade. I can show you my home desktop. Granted, I can't show you it right now, of course, because I'm out and about. But yeah, but I have also shown some of that in my YouTube video stuff. Code with Anesh says, from which front-end framework do you use? jQuery at work, but I've also used Node and Express for some one-off projects, and handlebars. But React is where I'm going. I'm going to React. I've learned React. I can use React. I haven't done them on a bunch of huge projects, but I have done a few, and I know how it definitely works, and I can manage state. Redux, oh man, it's hard, but I finally figured out Redux, but it's been a while. That's the thing, it's like it's this constant battle that I've been talking about, learning how to stay up to date and learning how to manage state with Redux. It's a bit overkill for a ton of my projects, to be honest, but yeah, React is where I'm going. What up, Telmo? Thanks for going on. You're enjoying my React videos. I'm enjoying you, Telmo. Full disclosure here, with some of this stuff I'm doing at work on my website, I definitely do reference some of Telmo's stuff on his site, just to see what's going on. I reference a bunch of places, but Telmo's site is something I look at too. So he's got a good site out there. You should check it out. Ramsey says, Telmo, what's up, bro? Yeah, what's up, Telmo? Code with Anesh, Telmo God. Yes. And he says hi back, of course. Code with Anesh says, Telmo, I watch your YouTube video. Yeah, I've watched a few of your YouTube videos. I've even been on your YouTube channel. Of course. But he has some good stuff, especially with like some design stuff, web design. And he knows C#, PHP, jQuery, JavaScript, CSS, HTML. I don't know if Sass is on the list, but I tried to name them all out there, Telmo. So just let people know your background. Yeah, it's definitely a hip and happening place here today. It is the weekend at one of the best coffee shops in town. Full. Okay, I might be a little bit biased here. When this place first opened up, the way I got into social media was, of course, doing it myself. But as for like companies, this was one that I first started. I started doing video and pictures and uploading them and putting ad revenue on them, ad spend. And it's been a pretty great place. I really helped kickstart that by doing a ton of videos, getting a ton of reach. Heck, with one of our ads, we reached half the town, 25,000 impressions. It's a small town. So they're just kind of a little bonus tip there. What's up?
I was going to photobomb you.
You want to say hi? Over here. No, this one.
Oh.
This is, oh my, Sandy's
Daughter.
I can't think. This is Mariah. I was just telling them about the Facebook ads we did here.
Oh, are you on the live chat?
Yeah, I'm on live stream.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Well, now she doesn't want to talk. That's all right. So, do you plan to... Merritt says, do you plan to pass 7480 exam from Microsoft? You know, I've done a lot of certification stuff. NPM, I got the Microsoft Outlook certification, Microsoft Outlook Specialist certification, the nano degree and stuff. What I think is most important now for me, especially now that I am a career professional, is that I have some projects to show off. Is that I have some real work. And I've done a few websites, not just the one at work. And I got to get my portfolio up. Once I have all that done, if I'm still feeling like it, then I'll go study for an exam. But the projects, the actual work is the most important. And granted, you know, when you're starting out, maybe this is what I did. The certifications, excuse me, are the best option. And then going back to portfolio projects and then going back to certifications. But projects are what I'm most concerned about right now. Merritt says he's from Russia. Nice to see you. I would have never known with that last name. Just joking there. Tell Mo I watch your YouTube video. Please share a link of the CES framework you mentioned. I forgot to note it down. Let's see. I don't know. You might have to be more specific with that, Codenesh. There's a lot of different frameworks. Kind of like a hot one right now is Materialize. Materialize is like the Bootstrap. I like it, but for the most part, I've kind of graduated out of some of those frameworks. Yes, I can use them, and I will. Like if you're doing quick mockup, but just no need after you really get that CSS down and Sass, and you have Flexbox now, which can do a lot of what Bootstrap needed to do. So that's my opinion. I know that you have a video on React resources. I do have a React video. I do have a video on React resources. Definitely check that out if that's what you're looking for, of course. Yeah, I did a ton of React, but there's always that delicate line. Like I was saying, you can learn a lot, and then you got to build, and then you get stuck, or then you find out what you're lacking in. Then you go back and learn, and then you get stuck. Then you build something, and then you go back again. I feel like that's the best way for me, the most sane way to learn for me. Because yeah, you can go ahead and dive right in, but that makes me want to, I say pull my hair out, but that's not that doesn't work for me. It drives me insane. But I do understand, like, you can't learn forever. You got to build some projects, and that's what I've been doing. And then you just got to go through it. That's just part of the deal. Like, you may hate it or something like that, or you may not like it. It may be an uncomfortable feeling, and you might think something's wrong, but you got to go through it. Go through the project. As long as it's better than before, that's a win. Then find out what struggles you had, and then go back and relearn that, or focus more on that again, and then go and build some more projects. And there's just some things you cannot account for when you're in the actual build stage. When it's something like specific to you and stuff, there's just some things you can't do unless you're experiencing it and doing it. And you can't learn all be perfect from a tutorial. Although, darn it, sometimes I try. But it never works out like that. Telmo says, but if you want to start on React from scratch, where would I start? Where would I start? Oh, where would I start? I'm trying to get in on that too. React from scratch. Don't go to Pluralsight. Pluralsight has great stuff, but it's way too advanced. I would probably say Stephen Greider's course on React. I'll pull it up. He has a bunch of courses on React too. But Stephen Greider and Andrew Mead for React are great. And watch some of Fun Function stuff on watch Dev Tips videos that has Fun Function as a host, just to kind of get familiar with it. And then Maximilian's course on React too. Hey Brandon, it's that time, guys. It's that time. We're gonna shoot. Do you want to say hi?
Sure.
Sure. So I was telling him about you earlier. He's over here setting his stuff up. This is Brandon. Brandon right here. Marketing manager. I'm in the way.
Yeah, you're good.
This is Brandon, marketing manager, photographer, graphic designer, all the graphics, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'll put him in the next video and link up his Instagram. He's looking to doing his own YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. So what are you gonna do it on?
I'm gonna be doing tutorials based on Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign tutorials.
Hell yeah. So I know you guys were talking about some of that for me, but that's the place to go. He'll have them, and when he gets up and running, I'll have to send you guys his way. All right, so that is it for today, because we got to get this content created. So appreciate you guys coming. Appreciate you guys asking some questions. But if you have a question and you're watching this later, just let me know in the comment section. I'll get back to it. Let me go ahead and try to run through some of these questions real quick. Do I need faculty to get hired in this domain? No, you do not. Merritt says, do you read tech books? Yes, I do. The last one I just read was Clean Code. It's written in Java. It's great. Not like the whole book is written in Java, but the language they use is Java. For example, a colleague of mine, Eloquent JavaScript is great. Also, You Don't Know JS is great. Ramsey says, Ricky, I'm thinking about learning more about LAMP stack, but I'm not sure how much I can use this right now as a front-end beginner. Learn your front-end stack well first, and then just learn like a back-end language. Don't try to learn a stack right away. A quote-unquote easy one to start with is Node.js, just because you're thinking in React. No, you're thinking in JavaScript. Code with an S says, Ramsey Jordan, if you want to learn LAMP stack, go to that somethingcast.com. Ramsey says your beard is winning.
It is winning.
Yeah. And Sangita, hi. Goodbye. I'm sad. Thanks, Merritt. Raven says, hi, Ricky. I found you when I was searching portfolio with React.js and YouTube. Yes, that's what I was looking for. What I want to learn React.js, so I'm excited to continue with your React.js portfolio. I see a lot of good info. Great. Thanks, guys. All right. Talk to you later.